Hello, welcome back to another video diary entry by Connor Morphin Hickok. It's been a bit of an interesting past week. I've had a lot of tests. There have been some good times though, especially with Halloween. Halloween was super fun. Let's just get right into it. So last Monday, the last time I recorded one of these, I managed to run 3.6 miles without running, which was awesome. Well, I'm trying to remember. I don't think we had school that day. I don't think we did. So yeah. We didn't have school on last Monday. So it was a bit of a nice, relaxing day. 3.6 miles is one step closer to a sub 6 mile. I played my piano a little last Monday, and by last Monday, I was nearly able to play through lines of measures 1 through 4 on Sweden, which is great. Which means I would only have to start doing one more line of measures. Last Monday, me and Cody started a Minecraft world together using a multiplayer mod, and we already made a lot of progress. On the first day, we got to iron armor, which is great. And I think the first day we got obsidian. We managed to get obsidian, so that was good. I also started my own single player creative world dedicated to building bases, because building cool bases is awesome to me. That was all for Monday. Tuesday, on Tuesday I had tests lined up on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which kind of sucks. But, it's whatever. I was worried about it, honestly. And I was hoping that everything would go well. I worked more on my Minecraft base on that creative world I just mentioned. And we did some designing for my wig for Halloween on Tuesday. Bro. Sorry, there's ants. Dude, I swear, bro, no matter how cold it is, these guys are still gonna be here. That's really annoying, actually. Because we were styling the wig on Tuesday, I couldn't study, but that's fine. I don't mind. I wasn't worried about the test on Wednesday anyway. It was my gov test. It was guided. It was guided note anyway. You could use your guided notes on it. Yeah, and then Wednesday I had the gov test, and I think I did really good on it. My English class also did a Socratic seminar that day, and I did good there too. I got an A. I got 100% on it. I had a stats test the next day though. That was the test I was most worried about, to be 100% honest. That was the test I was most worried about. And last Wednesday, I managed to run a 5:57 mile, dude. Sub 6 mile. Yes, it's only by a few seconds, but I don't care. I was really happy that I was able to achieve that. In fact, I nearly puked after running that, but I didn't, so that's good. I didn't, and that was one of the good points about last week compared to school, because school was kind of a pain last week, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. And I wrote here on Wednesday, I wish I could write more, but I gotta study for stats, and I did in fact study for stats. Okay, unfortunately though, on the stats test, there were two parts, multiple choice and free response. For the multiple choice, I got 4 out of 10, which really sucks, but I think I aced the free response. So hopefully that balances it out, and I'm pretty sure I can retake the multiple choice anyway, so I'm not that worried about it. And I had a pre-calc test the next day. That one I truly was not worried about whatsoever. I was very confident in my abilities for that test on Thursday. Apparently my brother went to the ER on Thursday, which is insane, because me and my brother are really, really healthy. I was really scared because of what my dad had told me, but he's fine. He's okay. He is perfectly okay. He's fine. My dad said some things that weren't necessarily true, and it just made me super scared. But It turned out fine. I just hope stuff like that doesn't happen again. I just hope my brother's alright, you know? Alright. So yeah, Thursday was really rough, honestly. Friday though, Friday was spectacular. Friday was Halloween. I think this was a super good Halloween. Unfortunately, Eric could not trick or treat with me, Cody, or Luke, because he went to see like a movie or something, I think. But Jackson did fill in his spot, and it was still a great time with Jackson there. It was a great time without Eric there. I just wish he was able to be there with us. Dude, one of Luke's neighbors was literally giving out free burgers on Halloween. Like, they literally had a food truck in their driveway, and along with giving out candy, you could have a free burger. Like, that was just the coolest thing I've ever seen. That was sick, man. And I think I aced my pre-calc test, which is awesome. I was really happy about that. I didn't really struggle at all on any of the problems. I even double checked all my answers afterwards just to be sure. And you know, people, just a reminder, for Halloween, I dressed up as Lawrence Kraft. Right? I think because it's either Lawrence Kraft or Kraft Lawrence. I think it's Lawrence Kraft though. I think it is. But I dressed up from Spice and Wolf, one of my favorite animes of all time. And yeah, people thought my costume looked good. I showed pictures of people who asked like what my costume is from, and they thought, wow, that's really accurate. So that was great. I was really hot in my costume though, and dude, I could have worn my tennis shoes. Well, I call them tennis shoes. I could have just worn my shoes, my regular shoes, for trick-or-treating, but I decided to trick-or-treat in my dress shoes for the costume. Bad idea, bro. Terrible idea. Awful idea. My feet were dead afterwards. It was awful. I don't know how I managed to run the next day, bro. I don't know. But yeah, people thought my costume looked great, and I saw some really good costumes at school too. Really, really good costumes from people, yeah. The robotics meeting was canceled because it was Halloween. Why would we want to stay after school for 2 hours when we could be celebrating Halloween, you know? But yeah, trick-or-treating was awesome. We all got, everyone in the group, me, Cody, Luke, and Jackson, we all got huge hauls. Dude, my bag is stuffed. Dude, it was crazy. It was insane. And yeah, overall it was really fun. We were trick-or-treating for around 90-something minutes, I think. And I was definitely gonna start enjoying my candy the next day, which I did in fact do. I had quite a bit of candy the next day. Let's be completely honest, bro. I'm gonna be eating like a big bag for a little bit, 100%. In fact, when I get back, I was planning on preparing like a small like bag of candy that I could provide Eric, cause he wanted me to eat it, cause he wanted us to give him some candy afterwards. I'll probably just look around in my bag for some stuff. He wanted an almond joy. Oh, there's a spider right there. Oh. He wanted an almond joy. I tried one myself on Saturday. It was the first time I've had an almond joy. I can see why he likes them. It's interesting though. Coconut and almond. That's interesting. Saturday, I did all of my English essay outline on Saturday, which is great. I did not want to have to worry about that on Sunday. And then I also started eating, I started having some Halloween candy. And I helped my brother record a video for his auto shop class where he took off a tire and then he put it back on. And I also watched Rush Hour with my dad on Saturday. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched a movie with either of my parents, you know. It was nice to do that. Yeah, we watched it after dinner, and it was really nice. Super fun, funny movie. Really good. I liked it. Yesterday, I wasn't able to play my piano yesterday, unfortunately. I don't know, it's perfectly okay to be on some days, just be like, I don't really feel like doing this. That's perfectly okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking a break from something. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to play it on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, because of tests, which sucks, dude. But I managed to, the muscle memory managed to stay over the course of those days where I didn't play, and I was still able to do what I wanted to do. I'm gonna start trying to do lines 1 through 5, line of measures 5 for Sweden soon. I'm really close to being able to play the whole song, which is great. And then maybe next I'll move on to Mice on Venus, and then maybe from there I'll move on to some other stuff. Maybe some whatever. I also played some more Minecraft with Cody yesterday, my brother. We made a decent amount of progress yesterday. We're at the point, we're trying to make an automated tree farm right now, and it took us like 40 minutes to gather all the materials for it, which kind of sucked. But yeah, because we're like super low on wood and stuff right now, and we're like really low on coal. So we're thinking that we can use like an automated tree farm to get a bunch of wood and a bunch of charcoal, which would be great. I didn't run yesterday because like this part of my foot up here around this area was like feeling weird, and I didn't want to, like, I don't know, it was kind of hurting, and I didn't want to make it worse. And then I watched episode 4 of Cinderella Gray last night, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, the race in episode 4 was insane. But dude, the race didn't even end. Dude, they're continuing it the next episode, which is like, oh my gosh, bro. You can't just build up that episode, because dude, they used the entirety of episode 3 to build up the race, and then they delayed the episode by a week, and it's still not done. You can't do this to me, bro. You can't do this to me. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's, but yeah, dude, I'm crazy hyped for episode 5 now. Mama Musume, bro. Woo. Golly, bro. Golly. Yeah, that's really all I got for now. I think I have a psychology test this week, and it might be a bit difficult because it covers a lot. It covers so much stuff. Like in my notebook, the latest unit's like what? Like 4+ pages? Sorry. Worth of stuff, which is insane. Sorry. Excuse me. At least I think we have it this week. I think. I don't know if we're done with the unit yet or not. I think we still have a bit more to go. But yeah. I was gonna mention another thing. Oh yeah, as people say, it's NNN, no, not November. I'm not gonna comment on it at all on these video diaries. I am writing about it in here, but I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm not gonna comment on that here. I just wanted to mention that I'm aware of it. I'm not gonna say whether or not I am participating. But yeah, I just want to mention that. Again, I'm not saying anything about my involvement in it. I'm just saying I'm acknowledging it. So yeah. Yeah, that's really all I got for now. You know, Christmas coming up soon. I'm hoping for some stuff for Christmas. I know Christmas ain't about the gifts, obviously. Like last year I didn't care at all about gifts, but there's genuinely some stuff I really do want this year, like volumes 1 through 12 of the Spice and Wolf light novels. Not the manga. The manga is different. I mentioned this before. The manga is different from the light novels. And then I'm hoping to get some leg weights, maybe just like 10 pounds. You know, beef up the power in my legs a little. That would help out a lot with mile times and stuff. What else? There was something else. Oh, fingerless gloves. I don't know. I've always wanted fingerless gloves. I feel like they just look cool. I feel like they look badass. I think they look nice. So yeah, that's all I got for now. I'm gonna head back, play my piano a little. Yeah. And get along with my day. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.